Yeah. I know you're in education. You've been a teacher for many, many years. Tell us a little bit about your experience in the teaching or education world.
Well, as a teacher, I was a mathematics teacher, and I worked in mainly public high schools. I worked for about 17 years as a mathematics teacher. But very early on in my career, I happened to see a teacher behaving inappropriately with female students quite young, and I appropriately reported that. And I didn't whistleblow, I just did everything within the department. But later on, when things went pear-shaped and a student died from school neglect, the department basically protected itself. And I can understand why they did that, but they didn't need to take the steps they've taken. And as a result, I have spoken out. And I've run for Parliament as a result of speaking out to do with the death of a school child back in 2001. I can't work anymore. There's nothing stopping me from working, but I've been illegally blacklisted. And so although I have a master's degree in education, although I'm more highly educated than most people that teach mathematics, although I'm more qualified than most people who are out there, departments of education would much rather have children in the playgrounds than employ me for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you're always telling me about how we could possibly fix the education department and how we could get better education standards. Could you quickly, in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, quickly run over that?
Easily,
Yeah.
yes. Look, the problem is at the moment, we're spending money. We're spending way too much money per student trying to achieve things that we don't need to do. We need a much tighter curriculum. We need something that's more densely focused on the basic things that students need to do: reading, coding, speaking languages. Mathematics, I think Australians got a bit of a fetish with, but you know, it's too much. It's a little bit over the top at the moment. You know, the standard of our mathematics is fairly good. So I don't have any complaints with it. I just think that it's too hard for students that can't cope, and I think that it's anyway, it is simple to fix what we have at the moment by spending less money. At the moment, what we're doing is we're employing teachers to go into classrooms and do things like team teach English. So you got 2 teachers with 1 top English class, because we don't want to give a low functioning class time, because we want to have more teachers teaching only the excellent classes, so that we encourage teachers to stay in schools. And the problem with that is the needs of students that are low ability aren't being met, and the needs of students that are high ability aren't being helped by having extra teachers in their classroom telling them stuff that they don't need to know. It's teaching and learning is about what you are able to learn, not what the teacher is able to teach.
Yeah.
So my plan for improvements in Australian schools, and it's a very simple one, is to focus on middle band students that are in the lower end of the middle bands, who are struggling because they've missed a little bit of knowledge that they really need to have. If you teach that little bit of knowledge to them, you go back and you take a look at what they need to have in terms of basic skills, and you work with them on that. Then not only do they learn that and they learn all the extra things, but they also tell other students about that, and that you lift the lower ability students as well as the middle band simply by doing that. But at the moment, we have this fetish where we say we have to have teachers teach. That's not what we have to do. We have to allow students to be able to learn.
Yeah.
We're not doing that by having things like smaller classes. We can have really, really large classes and still have students learning effectively. But at the moment, we're spending way too much money on education, but it's not effective. And if we could lift the middle bands, and it's really easy to do that just by focusing on them, testing, measurement, and then working with them on that, it works. I've done it.